a nigga hit the lottery, so when you going up, how can you plummet? Damn, you stun it. On the land, when you expand the grands, they understand who run it. In the jam, you brung it. Coming from all the fans, the Kansas City man do.
Hey you guys, it's me Bossy. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here with a story time video. And before we get into it, let me just say this one is going to be about Bob. Now for those of y'all that have really been watching my videos in the past, and I told y'all I wasn't doing any more Bob story times, just because I said, you know, it just involved a lot of him cheating. It's so many cheating things that it's a girl, another girl here, another girl there. I didn't want to go through all them stories, but I decided to tell y'all about how the time he wanted me back after I broke up with him. I also want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. My name is Bossy. I hope you enjoy my videos. Just not story times, because you know I don't just do story times. I do Ask Bossies. I do makeup stuff sometimes, get ready with me, try on hauls and stuff like that. So I hope y'all enjoy my videos. And yeah, thank y'all for everyone for coming, and what's up to my old loyal faithful subscribers. So this is going to involve the time that Bob wanted me back after we broke up. It's not going to be super long, but let's get into it. So as y'all know, my last story time that involved Bob as far as us being in a relationship was the one when it was the last straw. It was the end of him. Involved when he took the $900 that my dad gave to get a car fixed, and you know, he did what he did with it. And those of y'all wondering, my daddy did get his money back. Bob didn't go to jail or nothing like that, but he did get his money back. So Bob and I have been broken up for about, I want to say a year, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years. Remember I told you I left him when my youngest daughter was 3 months old. But you know, I hadn't been with him in a long time. I had my job, I had my car, I was taking care of my kids. My life was just going better. I started going out more, enjoying life, because I mean I was still young. I was what, 23 years old, almost 24. Matter of fact, yeah, I think I might have been 24, because this was around the time that I kind of met Terrence, which is my husband. I was just doing my own thing. I wasn't worried about Bob at all. Once I left, I was good. It was times where after when we first broke up, he would call trying to talk that stuff to try to have me take him back, and say, I want to marry you, girl, and all this and that, and what about our kids? We can raise our kids together, and all this bull crap. At one point he would say this, and I would think, well, maybe, but I don't really care about him like that no more. I'd only be doing it for my kids. And I'm thinking, like, I ain't about to listen to this dude's bull crap. So he would do that at times, from time to time, but he really hadn't seen me. Anytime he saw the kids, it was due to his mom or his sisters picking them up to take them to where he was at, which was at his mom's house or his grandmother's house. The last time I was with him, I just had a baby. I was a lot heavier. I didn't really care about my appearance that much, to be honest. I just was looking like whatever. And so once I got my job, you know, I stepped my game up. You know, my wardrobe changed. I lost some weight. I started worrying about what I looked like. I started just enjoying myself and, you know, just doing better for me. But one particular day, I needed to go pick up my girls because we had a family event on my dad's side to go to, and he wouldn't bring the girls to me, or his mama couldn't bring them, his sisters could, nobody could bring the girls to me, so I had to go get them. Now I told him I need to make sure the girls are dressed, neat. Hair was already done. I just told him to make sure they're neat, decent, or whatever. And so when I came, I could just get them and go where we needed to go. So of course, when I went over there, my hair was all done up. I looked really nice, in my opinion. But I wasn't worried about him or anybody else that was in that house. But I did look cute that day. It was kind of cold out, because I remember I had on these like, not thigh-high boots, but these like knee-high boots. These cute little black jeans. My hair was in a cute little curly body wrap thing. I go up to the door and I knock, and they're like, come in. Now when I go in there, It's some of his friends in there. His grandma was in there. There's some other people in there. But I go in and they're like, hey, what's up, Bossy? He didn't say nothing to me. But they're like, hey, what's up, Bossy? Like, his friends that was in there. His grandma told me how, whatever. And, I spoke to her respectfully. I spoke to her. I was just like, okay, where are the girls? He said they're in the back. I went and got them from the back. Everybody was put together how I needed them to be. I'm trying to get them out the house so we can leave, so we can get where we need to go. Before we leave, his grandma was trying to talk to me, telling me how pretty I looked, complimenting me on, how good I look, as far as, because everybody could clearly tell I lost a lot of weight. Just really complimenting me, talking about, I still wish that you and Bob was still together. I want him to be with you, and he told me he wanted to marry you and all this and stuff. And I'm thinking, that nigga's saying the same stuff to her that he said to me. And I was just smiling like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And she was just like, I really wish y'all could work it out for them girls and all this and that. And I'm thinking, hell no, I don't want to be with your grandson no more, woman. So I'm talking to her, and then finally I'm thinking, okay, I gotta go. So I turn around and like his friends is looking at me. You can tell they looking me up and down. Okay, the girl still had shape. And they looking at me or whatever. And I see his little peanut head self, kind of looking at me. But I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I know I look good. Let me get up out of here. We go to the event, chill with family. Later that night, me and the girls come back to my apartment. I get them situated. I'm in my room, and I get a phone call, and it's from Bob. And he was like, yeah, Bossy, what's up? Basically just asking me about the girls and this and that. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to talk on the phone. I really don't even like talking on the phone now. But I'm thinking, okay, what do you want? Because I don't want to talk to you. And he was telling me how nice I looked and everything, and just talking about how I appreciate how you take care of my girls and all this and that. And how he's sorry for all this stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, why are you saying this now, dude? We ain't been together in forever. I don't care what you're talking about. I do not care at all. Mind you, this is even before the situation with my nephew stuff happened, when I did the story time about how he was talking crazy about my nephew that passed. This happened before that. And I'm just thinking, okay, whatever. I don't care. He would flip-flop. 1 minute it's all this bull stuff he talking, then the next thing I'm a B and he gonna do this to me and all that. That's what I'm saying. I ain't worried about him. So he's talking all that stuff. He was like, you look really cute. You look really nice and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. I was like, man, what's up? And he was just talking about how he think we should work it out and all this. And I'm like, boy, I'm about to go to sleep. Goodbye. That was the end of that. Literally, after that, he called me, if not a week, maybe close to 2 weeks straight. Talking about how, well, not even all the time trying to get back with me, but he wouldn't call me before that at all. So he's just calling me talking about, I just was seeing how the girls was doing. Okay, that's fine. But I just knew it was bullcrap, because after he finally realized, like, oh, she ain't fucking with me. She good. She cool. Like, he wouldn't even call and check on them no more. Like, it was sometimes, or his mama would call, but it was just like, he was just doing stuff to be trying to see if I would file back, take him back, because he needed a chick with a car and some money. He probably needed something. I wasn't filing for it. I didn't file for it, and I'm so glad I didn't. But yeah, that was the time he was trying to get back with me. Even after that, once I started, dating Terrence or talking to other people before Terrence, he would always try to like mess up my stuff every time. Like, it was one particular time after this, when the attempt failed, when he thought he really could try to get me back by talking his crap. I was dealing with the dude that I told y'all in the story time that was married. Didn't know he was married. But he would like, so he was supposed to have the girls certain weekends or whatever. He agreed to having them or taking them or watching them and keeping them like he needed to, because they didn't see him during the week at all. This particular weekend, I guess he just knew in his heart or his gut that I had plans with another man. So the day that I was supposed to go out with him, Bob calls and tries to start an argument for no reason. Like, why are you calling me for an argument? We ain't got nothing to argue about. So he ain't keeping the kids and this and that. I better find somebody else to keep them because he ain't keeping them. Talking about you just trying to go hoe it. What do you say? You just trying to be out here hoeing. I'm thinking, what? What? I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, I have plans and I'm going to need for you to take your daughters. Like, and he's like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You don't need to be doing that. You need to stay home with your kids. I'm thinking, I've never had this issue. Now all of a sudden, because I don't want you back, you don't want me to do anything. Nah, bruh, that ain't happening. I have backup all the time. But I'm just thinking, like, it would be stuff like that he would try to do. When I got with Terrence, he really didn't say nothing, except one time I remember he had found another girlfriend, and I was dropping my girls off to him, I think, and I was pregnant with my oldest son, TJ, and because he hadn't really seen me, and he came out to the car to tell me something about, I think, our youngest daughter, and when he seen me, he was like, damn, Bossy, why you do me like that? Because, you know, I was good and pregnant, big and pregnant, pregnant. And he was like, man, why you do me like that, man? That was supposed to be our son. When he said that, I looked at him, I laughed, I said, nigga, please. And that was it. He went off laughing. He was trying to be funny. Like, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't all the way right. That man was, ugh. And, but yeah, talking that bull crap. But yeah, told y'all it wasn't going to be a long story time, but I just wanted to let y'all know that even after I broke up with him, a whole year and a half, almost 2 years, we hadn't been together. He sees me, I guess I'm more appealing to him, or he sees that I'm doing something and I'm not just sitting at home collecting Section 8 and what is it, food stamps like that and everything. I'm trying to do something for my kids. Then he wants to try to see if he can get back in good. Nah, bruh, I'm good. I've moved on. Got a whole new man, started a new family, married now. Well, I'm just now recently married, which he don't care. But yeah, that is the time that Bob attempted to try to get me back, or wanted to get me back, and tried to stop me from being able to, you know, live my life. So yeah, it's not very juicy or interesting, but I thought I would share that to let y'all know that even after all of that, the man tried to get me back. But no, I stood firm. Now, had I had a weak moment before and I thought maybe, okay, maybe I should, yes, especially at the beginning, but I was like, nah, boss, do what you're doing, girl. Because I never would be where I am right now, happy with my life, my family, my marriage, everything. Now, for those of y'all wondering, because a lot of y'all be asking me this, am I still with Bob? No, I am not. I have not been with Bob since my youngest daughter was 3 months old. My youngest daughter is 11 years old. When I left Bob, I left Bob. That was the end. That was it. That was all. Y'all asked, do I still have a relationship with him? As far as a relationship goes, when it comes to my kids, if he needs to know, I tell him. If he calls and wants to know something about them, I tell him. But I do not see Bob. I do not speak to Bob like that. If I need, I'll ask him, or mainly because my daughters are older, so they communicate with him more because, you know, they have phones and stuff. Unless it's something that's like where I have to speak to him, that's different. But if he needs to like pick them up like from a game or a debate or whatever it is like that, they'll call him. But I don't really have any dealings with him. For those of y'all that are wondering, has Bob forgiven, or has he apologized for certain stuff he's done? Some stuff, yes. And like I said, I'm over it, y'all. This stuff is old. I just give y'all these stories because I know they're entertaining to people, and I thought I would just do some story times to tell y'all that's how I started doing them in the beginning so long ago. But yeah, I don't have no beef with him. You know, he still is my kid's dad, and I'm gonna have to deal with that because that's the man I chose to lay down with then at that time. But other than that, I don't have no dealings with him unless it has to do with my girls. So I hope that answers y'all questions. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, loves.